Hey, how's it going, everybody? It is your boy Tim back with another video, and in today's video I wanted to once again talk about seasonal work. And I wanted to talk about how seasonal work is a great way to get started traveling. So I know, like me, a few years back I started to realize that one of the things I wanted to do with my life was travel, but I was kind of nervous about doing it because I didn't really know how to get started. It can be scary sometimes thinking about going to new places and meeting new people, places you're not familiar with. It can be hard to get started, especially if you're going to be doing it by yourself. You can be a little nervous. It's just very confusing. So a lot of times we just kind of put it off. I know that's what I did for many years. I just put it off and I was like, that's something I'm going to do down the road. But what actually turned it around for me, and what actually allowed me to actually get out on the road, start seeing more of the country I live in, was seasonal work. Because when I discovered seasonal work, I realized that a lot of seasonal jobs take a lot of that fear out of it. Okay, because you have somewhere to go, you have a job to go to. Most of them provide you a place to live. A lot of them do. So you have somewhere to go, you have somewhere to stay, and then since you're going to a job, there's going to be like a built-in infrastructure there to help you out. So it wasn't like I was just going to show up somewhere, not know anybody, not have a place to stay. It was none of that. I knew exactly where to go, and I knew there was going to be people there looking out for me. And also, a lot of these seasonal jobs are in pretty cool places. A lot of them are in places like you already want to travel to anyway. So it's not like you're going to a seasonal job in like Knuckle Neck, Wisconsin or something crazy. Like you're going to like national parks, resorts, pretty much any touristy place you can think about, amusement parks, like pretty much any like touristy place you can think about probably hires in some area of it seasonal workers. Okay? If you're not familiar with seasonal work, I'll leave a link to one of my videos where I kind of break down seasonal work more. It should pop up right about now. But basically, you're working 3 to 4 to 5 months in these pretty cool areas. If you look behind me, I'm at my seasonal job in Montana here. The resort's back down that way. I was just out taking a little walk. Thought this was a pretty cool backdrop, so I stopped to do a video. But if you're one of those people who kind of, maybe feel like they're stagnating in life, it feels like something is missing, or they feel like they need to change, or they feel like you want to start over, or you just want to see more of, the country. Seasonal work is a great way to get started traveling because you're doing it on your own, but you're not doing it on your own. Also, hey, if you got a friend who wants to come with you, cool. Seasonal jobs always looking for people. They'd love for it to be a 2-for-1 deal. But you're not doing it on your own. You show up to your seasonal job. Like I said, you get housing. A lot of places you get meals. Basically, all you have to do is show up. Okay? All you have to do is show up. And there's people there to look out for you. There's your managers, your bosses, the people you're going to be working with. You meet lots of really cool people from like day one. First week. First day, you'll meet some cool people, you'll make some new friends. And one of the things that really helped me with seasonal work, the reason why I say it's a good way to get started traveling, implying that you're going to continue traveling, is because you meet a lot of travelers. You come across a lot of travelers or other people who are living nomadic way of life, or people living the seasonal work lifestyle, and all you do is hear their stories. Okay, all you do is hear their stories and makes you a little jealous. You want to do what they're doing. And also, as they're like telling you their stories, they're telling you how to do it. They're giving you advice. They'll tell you the places to go. They'll tell you how to do it. If you want to like live out of a van, if you want to just do it seasonally. When it comes to traveling overseas, that's what whet the appetite for me. I was listening to all these people talk about, hey, they travel outside the country. I'd never done it. I was like, I need to do it. I was like, I got to do it. Alaska was another place that I ran into so many people. Like my first couple seasonal jobs, they'd all been to Alaska. I was like, I got to go. So the next summer I went. So seasonal work is a great place to meet like-minded people who are travelers. They know the ins and outs. They can help you. You might even find a travel buddy. I haven't found one yet. All my friends say they're going to travel with me, but they don't. Yes, I'm talking to y'all. But a lot of other people have travel buddies. You might find a travel buddy, travel mate, I don't know. But you're around like-minded people who share some of the same goals and dreams. A lot of times when you're back home, when you're back in the real world, those people there kind of have a different mentality. They're not really, thinking about being a nomad or doing a lot of traveling. A lot of them, they might go somewhere on vacation. you know, every now and then. But a lot of them, that's where they want to be. You know, they want to be in that one city, they want to stay there. But a lot of us are different. We kind of want to see the country, we want to see the world. I always say the world was so big because like whoever created us wants us to spend a lifetime seeing it all. You know what I'm saying? So eventually the time comes when you gotta get started. And there are some people, it's super easy for them. They hop on a plane, they go somewhere, it's whatever. Some of us might need to take it some baby steps at first. I know I did. You know, just my first seasonal job was Yellowstone National Park, and going there and just being blown away by the beauty. Like I had seen, you know, pictures of Old Faithful, I think maybe, and maybe like a buffalo. That was all I knew about Yellowstone National Park. The bus ride in blew my mind. I was hooked. From then on, all I wanted to do was go see other places. I wanted to experience Yellowstone, and then when that was over, I'm like, I'm ready to go somewhere else, experience something new. And like to this day, I still have that drive. And I know pretty much anywhere I want to go in the country, any tourist attraction or state I want to see, there's a seasonal job there. Like that's. Let me say that again, because I don't know if like I put enough emphasis on that. Like I genuinely, like legit know pretty much any like major tourist attraction in the country, or like any state pretty much in the country that I want to visit, I could probably find a seasonal job there. You know, so it's kind of, where do I want to go? It's kind of like, where do I want to go? There's still a few places on my bucket list. Like Grand Canyon is one I definitely want to do, maybe sometime in the summer. A couple other places, like I'd love to spend a summer like in Washington. My problem is most of the places I want to go are in the summer, so in the winter I have to figure stuff out. But I know for me, seasonal work just introduced me into this whole new lifestyle and made it super easy to get going, get it started. I didn't have to worry about anything. You know, all I had to worry about was not getting fired from my job. I was like, you know, I was a little nervous about that. I was like, I'm showing up to this job, and the part of Yellowstone I was in Wyoming. I'm like, I'm showing up to this job in Wyoming. I don't know what the people are like there. You know, what if I get fired? That was all going through my head. You know, the first week there, all those doubts went away. The people were super nice. The work was not that hard. I am a hotel housekeeper, so I clean hotel rooms. There's lots of other seasonal jobs. Pretty much think about if you were to go to, you know, a resort, what kind of jobs they're going to need to have. You're going to have hotel people, servers, waitresses, maintenance, grounds, you know, front desk, concierge, you know, the management inside. There's so many, you know, different jobs. Like even at this resort, I've worked here a number of different times, a number of different seasons. There's still jobs come up that people tell me about that I'm like, oh yeah, I guess someone does have to, like, I don't even know all the jobs here. So seriously, look into seasonal work if you feel like travel is something you want to do. A lot of people don't think they have enough money to start traveling. The good thing about seasonal work is you're making money while you're seeing new things, while you're seeing new places. That's one thing I really love about it. Most places I've been, I've actually been able to save a little money because, like I said, housing, meals, you do pay a little bit, like it's like 10 bucks a day, 10, 12 bucks a day, most places for room and board. But you know, it comes out of your check. So all the money you get, really yours to keep, unless you have like cell phone bill or car note or something like that. But a lot of seasonal places, you don't need a car. But you're getting paid. I pretty much save most of my money because everything else is provided. I think every seasonal job I've had, except for, I think in Alaska I broke even, which is fine with me. Like I left with the same amount of money I came with. Actually no, I got a bonus, which I blew in Vegas, but I got a bonus, so I left with more money than I came with. But before the bonus, I kind of broke even. But every other seasonal job, I've left with a few more dollars in my pocket than I came with. So it's a good way to travel, not go broke. You know, you can be broke, get to your seasonal job, work, and then not be broke when you leave, and then you can just go to another seasonal job. You know me, I like to talk about the seasonal work lifestyle. I know a lot of people like myself, that's pretty much all we do. Just go from one seasonal job to the next. Sometimes you go back to one you really liked. Sometimes you want something new, you go to a new one. You just keep doing that. In between seasons, you can travel. You know me, I've been blessed to between the last two seasons, my last two jobs, went to the Philippines. You know, one of the places that I've always wanted to go to. That was a life goal. I don't think I would have been able to spend, 9 days in the Philippines if it wasn't for seasonal work. Just the way my life was set up before, would not have had the money, would not have had the time. No one's gonna let you get 9 days off work. you know, would not have had the time. But seasonal work, I was able to do it. So if travel is something that really appeals to you, maybe you feel stuck in the place that you're at but don't know how to get out, how to get away, you know, maybe you just have that burning desire like I did to see the world. Like, why am I on this beautiful huge planet with all this stuff to see and all I'm seeing is Milwaukee? You know, I was like, all I was seeing was like Florida. I'm like, what am I doing? If you have that burning desire, look into seasonal work. Check out some of my other videos on this channel where I really break down a lot more what seasonal work is, talk about some of the places I've worked. And as always, if you want more information and you'd rather just kind of, you know, Q&A it, follow me. You don't even have to follow me. Hit me up on social media, Instagram, Facebook, any of those. On Instagram, usually very quickly I can get back to you. Facebook, I don't have it on my phone, so I'm not sucked into that vortex of Facebook at all hours of the day. But usually in the evenings, I get on there, I check my Facebook page, and I'm happy to answer any questions you might have. And I'm thinking about trying to set up something where a few hours every day I'm like available, like for text or phone call. I'm working on that, because I think sometimes people have questions that would be easier to just ask me instead of like typing. So I'm working on that, but feel free to hit me up, ask any questions you have. Been blessed to have helped a lot of people through these videos start seasonal work. Always awesome when I see them, when people come up and say they watch my videos. Like, that's like the all-time, like, you know, a high for me, because, you know, it's just cool to see people doing something a lot of people didn't know existed before and being in places they really want to be in. So seasonal work, think about it. Great way to get it started traveling. You can be in beautiful places like this. Talk to y'all later.